What a blessing, what a blessing, what a blessing. We're here to receive. We are here to receive the blessing. I wasn't going to start with this, but it's true. They both spoke truth. It is true. Sometimes we come to church and, we think that makes us a Christian just because we go to church. Or if we carry a Bible right here, that makes us a Christian. It says in his word in Psalms 95:2, let us come to him with thanksgiving. Let us sing psalms of praise to him. We're here to praise. We're here to praise for the blessing. Let me tell you, you're a blessing. Your presence is a blessing. Not because of you, it's because what's inside of you. It's a blessing. Your presence brings him joy. His presence brings us joy. It's beautiful. Why don't we praise just a little bit more? It doesn't matter what's going on. You're a blessing, Danny. You're a blessing, brother. I'm honored to have you here, bro. It's a blessing. Let's praise for a little bit more, brother. Gracias.
Oh God, my God, I need you. Oh God, my God, I need you now. How I need you now. Sing along. Oh rock of ages, I'm standing on your faithfulness. On your faithfulness. Oh God, my God, I need you. Oh God, my God, I need you. I'm standing on your faithfulness. On your
Thank you, Father. We glorify you. We honor you. We worship you. We thank you for changing things. We thank you for changing us. Give us the victory. Give us hope. Give us direction. We pray for you. We pray for this word. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the blessing. Thank you for the blessing. Bless your word. I bless your children. Thank you. Thank you. In Jesus' name. Can somebody say amen? Can somebody say amen? Thank you. You guys can take a seat. What a blessing. I could go home already. I love it when I hear pastors, people speak of God. That's what we're supposed to do. It's not what we think. One of my, first of all, he said, I'm Victor Arriola. I'm here with my wife, Erika. We've been married for 27 years. And she is a big blessing in my life. I didn't know how to love until she taught me how to love. Thank you, babe, for everything. Ama, sorry, this is Spanish, Ama. Gracias por la bendición que eres en nuestra vida. Te honro todo el tiempo y te quiero y te bendigo. To my family, thank you for being here. For my friends, thank you for being here. We're an army. Sometimes you say, why do we get this brother or this sister? There's a purpose what God gave you, that tia or that tío. We fight together, we lift each other up, and we bless each other. I also wasn't going to do this, but since my sister was a pastor shared a joke, I wanted to share a little joke too. Some of my family members heard this before, but there was this guy that bought a new plane. He said, you know what? They keep going around the car over this mountain. I'm going to make money by buying a plane and charging people going over the mountain. And it was 4 guys. It was the pilot. It was another guy. It was a kid, and it was a pastor. And the pilot goes, hey, the plane's going down. He comes to the back. He said, I owe too much. I just got the plane. I gotta get a parachute. There's only 3 parachutes, and there's 4 of us. So he grabs the parachutes and he jumps. And then the other guy gets up and he goes, hey, I'm the smartest man in the world. People need me. I'm going to invent things. I'm going to do it. I'm the smartest person in the whole world. I need to save myself. And he grabs parachute and he jumps. So the pastor goes, hey, you know what, son? Go ahead and take the parachute and jump. Save your life. I'm already old enough. Go ahead, jump. And the kid goes, hold on, pastor, hold on. But there's 2 parachutes. The smartest man in the world just jumped with my backpack. See, in Isaiah 55, it says, my thoughts are nothing like your thoughts, says the Lord. And my ways are far beyond anything you can imagine. Somebody rich goes, you know what? That's for 4 people. I don't need it. Somebody with education, no, that's for dumb people. I don't need it. Trust me, God is the most important thing in your life. That's the most important thing in your life. How can you prove it, brother? If you wouldn't have made the skies, the birds wouldn't have nowhere to fly. If he made the sea, fish they wouldn't have nowhere to swim. If he didn't give us dirt, where we were going to plant the trees and the flowers. If it wasn't for him, there wouldn't be no us. Gloria a Dios. Can you guys stand up just a little bit more? That was just the intro. Could you please do me the favor and just close your eyes? I want you to listen to it with your heart. Not with your mind or with your ears. Just listen. Let God speak to your heart. It's in John 15:1-8. I am the true vine. My Father is the gardener. He cuts every branch in me that bears no fruit, while every branch that does bear fruit, he prunes so that it will be even more fruitful. You are already clean because of the word I have spoken to you. For remain in me as I also remain in you. No branch can bear fruit by itself. It must remain in the vine. Neither can you bear fruit unless you remain in me. For I am the vine, you are the branches. If you remain in me and I in you, you will bear much fruit. Apart from me, you can do nothing. 6, if you do not remain in me, you are like a branch that is thrown away and withers. Such branches that are picked up, thrown into the fire, and burned. You may take a seat. I don't know if you can stay with me, brother, but that's awesome if you are. Let me tell you, I don't care what the world says, you're a blessing. Last week we were here giving out waters, giving us some donuts. You guys were in a diet, but you guys were eating pretty good. And someone asked me, what's this? I just want to be a blessing. I just want to give. That's it. I just want to give. We've been serving for some time now. Ever since my wife came into my life, I started serving more. We've helped with she helped with the kids. I did some coaching. Then we helped with the youth. Then we helped with the marriage ministry. And then we started, all our family, we started a nonprofit 11 years ago called Awakening Giants. I never put a title to my message. Before I forget, it's sacrifice bears fruit and blessings. Sacrifice bears fruit and blessings. When I saw that when you guys had the event last week, when I saw the ladies ushering and helping, that blessed my life. When I saw the praise worship team up there worshiping, that blessed my life. When I saw my brother, what's your name, brother? Beto. When I saw you out on the street over there jumping, you didn't have to be over here. You were worshiping God. That blessed me. When I saw my brother here, is it Lionel? Charles. When I saw Charles, he probably knows more than all of us put together. But you know what blessed me? He was taking notes. He was taking notes. That blessed my life. See, God is watching. What are we giving? I always tell people that we're like fruit trees, and it says in the Word. Imagine a fruit tree. You never see a fruit tree. It is eating its own fruit. It's always for somebody else. What God has given you, it's for somebody else. We got to learn how to be like that fruit tree and start giving and giving and giving. if you were to ask me, like, can you tell me, like, okay, Victor, yeah, you serve, you help. That's what Pastor, we were talking about the other day, Pastor. He said, so we're working all the time, and sometimes we work long hours, but we still got to prepare. We still got to read our word. That's why it blesses, your life blesses my life too, Pastor. I know how hard it is, and you still give. I remember the first time when I came here and I saw you up here and you were crying. My wife turns around and goes, that's what you do. I go, I know. I break down too. Because see, if he first has to deal with us. You think I'm up here because I'm perfect? Oh, no. I'm up here because I want to serve, because I want to be a blessing. And like I was saying, if you were to ask me, you know what, Victor? Well, I mean, because people have asked me, hey, Victor, you're always happy. You know, they told me every time I talk to you, I feel peace in my heart. And that's what I was going to talk about, the sacrifice part. And I'm going to share a personal story. One time, I got home and my wife told me I'm pregnant. That I have a little bit of pain. I go, okay, let's go to the doctor. And guess what? They did an ultrasound. And she was pregnant. She had a baby. We're all happy. We looked at each other. We're like, yes. And then you know what happened when they did the ultrasound? I heard boom, 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 boom. He goes, your baby's almost 2 months. But you have to go because we have to do surgery. It's developing in the tooth. And I remember my wife asking her, "But can you take it? Can you take it and put it in the right place?" I go, "No. You could die if we do that. We got to remove it." And if you were to ask me, what's the most beautiful thing or sound that I heard? All these, I'm 52 years old. You know what the most beautiful sound I heard? It's my baby's heartbeat. And you know what? We question. We're like, what's going on, God? We're serving. We're trying to be a blessing. Why is this happening to us? What's going on? But you know what? I said, you know what? I'm not going to try to understand God. Let it be His will. Let it be His will. See, when stuff like that starts happening, the Word starts coming alive in you. It says in His Word that He'll give us that peace that surpasses all understanding. He has given me that peace. Even though we lost not one, but a few babies in years. But we stayed faithful. We stayed faithful. We were serving. We were praying for people. We were counseling. But most of all, we were loving. It doesn't matter where we were in our life. We had to get up. We had to get up and, you know what? It says in Galatians 2:20, I have been crucified with Christ. It is no longer I who live, but Christ who lives in me. And the life I now live in the flesh, I live by faith in the Son of God, who loved me and gave me himself for me. You guys might not understand. How can you be okay, Victor? Been losing babies left and right. But God did the same thing for us. He gave his only son. He said, I understand you, Victor. But you're going to find peace in me. I'm going to give you the peace that I tell you that I'm going to give you that surpasses all understanding. But I'm also going to give you that love that surpasses all understanding. I'm going to give you that joy that surpasses all understanding. I wouldn't be up here if it wasn't for him. But we have to be a blessing. We can't judge. We keep giving, and they keep taking and taking. But I would hate to. I want to be out there, and I want him to see him in me. That no matter what I'm going, I want them to feel comfortable with me. I want them to tell me, I want what you have inside. You're always happy. Yeah, I'm always happy, bro. But see, I don't get it from the world. I get it from God. That's the difference. You know, I'm a UPS driver. And I'm always telling people, stay in your lane. You know, you want to get to the cross, bro? You're driving a car, you're on your phone. You're under the chismoso, oh, there was an accident over there, let me stop and look what happened. You're texting, you're doing all this, but you forget you got to focus on. Same thing with God. He doesn't want you to focus on other people's business. Because everybody likes achievement. If somebody tells you something, yeah, go ahead and take it. But pray for him. Be a blessing. Lift him up. Encourage them. What a blessing. What a blessing it is. I don't know why I make notes. I never follow them. But I want to speak from my heart. My brother Arthur here is always telling me, hey, Victor, can't you use, a little bit of, more educated words? Or I go, no, bro, God's simple. They were making fun of me yesterday. So we could pray, Pastor, before you leave, can you pray for them too? He's saying, hey, I invite you to come and see a preacher, a great preacher tomorrow. And my other brother over here says, no, I got to go see Victor. But it's a blessing, my brothers. I'm sorry that I'm not sorry, because I know God has spoken into your life. I know how God has awakened something in you. I know that. I wouldn't be here if I didn't believe that. But it's by faith. We walk by faith, not by what we see. And like my sister was saying, I love that, because you were speaking what I wanted to speak, and I was like, that's a blessing. You could tell when God's in control. You could tell when God's in control. I don't mind with people when they want to share. Go on, I'm here to receive. I love to see people bless other people. I love that. Trust me, that's why we started this nonprofit. Because I see a giant within you. I see a giant within you. There's a giant within you. You need to believe that you're here for greatness. Don't settle for what the world has to offer. You're here to do great things. You're here to do beautiful things. But see, this moment, it's important. And can you guys get up, please? Stand on your feet, please. It says in Hebrews 13:16, and do not forget to do good and to share with others, for with such sacrifices God is pleased. Did you hear that? And do not forget to do good and to share with others, for with such sacrifices God is pleased. Matthew 5:42, give to those who ask and don't refuse those who wish to borrow from you. They need to borrow from you because you have God. That's why they need to borrow joy. That's why they need to borrow peace. See, God gives it to you to share. There's a lot of people out there, trust me. I work for UPS and I see over 150 people out there every day. Just this past Wednesday, I was sharing with my wife. This one customer's on the phone and he has a guy on the speaker and he goes, Victor. She goes, what do you have to say about this? And we never talk about this. We're always talking about sports. That's why it's amazing. That's why it blessed me. He goes, Victor. He goes, how can we go to the moon, be there for days, and then come back to Earth? How can the Earth be like hanging on there? Nobody's holding it. How can it be, Victor? How can that happen? He said, most of the waters, most of the Earth is covered with water. What's going on, Victor? And I guess they were arguing about it. I go, it's simple, bro. He goes, it is? Yeah, it's simple. Trust God. And he looked at me and he goes, okay. And the guy on the phone just stayed quiet. Trust God. If anything, if you trust God. Can we agree on that today? Just trust God. God's going to lift you up. God's going to clean you up. See, I like that when it says in his word that he prunes us, right? He starts taking stuff away from us. But why? So we can give more fruit. He wants us to give more. That's why he prunes. That's why he takes away stuff from us. And sometimes it hurts us. Sometimes it's painful. But don't question God. There's a reason. Our thoughts are not his thoughts. Thank God that we're in his yard. Right? I love doing yard work. I have a lot of flowers. My wife, when I start pruning, she'll get the thing and she'll prune everything off. And I was like, what are you doing? You're cutting my whole tree down, my flowers, you're cutting them down. Leave them alone. I'll prune them. But see, we don't know how much to get back. But he does. That's why we lost some relationships. That's why we lost another job. That's why we lost a lot of things. But trust me, when you start trusting God, you're going to realize why he took that from you. He's telling you, give me what you have in your hand. I'm going to give you what I have in my hand. Give me what you have. I got something better. How many of you today, it doesn't matter how much you're hurting, or how much fear you have, or how much anxiety you have, why don't you give it to God? Why don't you make that sacrifice and go, you know what, God? You already, see, we always tell people, we always say, oh, come to church. It's going to be, he's going to make it good. Come on, come to church. Everything's going to be fine. Your marriage is going to be fine. Your kids are going to be fine. God said, he didn't say, just come to church. He said, pick up your cross and follow me. Pick up your cross and follow me. I know you're hurting. I know everybody is going through something right now. I know that. I'm not the only one that's battling. I know you're battling too. So how many of you are going to give it to God today, not tomorrow, this moment? We want to pray for you. I'm going to have my wife, I'm going to have my brother, Frank and Rosa, come up, please. If you need to come up, this is our army. There's no angels running around here or little Jesus running around here. We're all sinners. We all come short. This is a hospital. This is a hospital. If you want to come up, I want to pray. I want us to pray for you. Thank you, God. Let's worship, brother.